Without a doubt, Mario Party is one of the greatest spin-offs in the Mario series. From the minigames to the boards to the absolute chaos and randomness that ensues, Mario Party is such a fun experience, and it's given me so many fond memories. However, the Mario Party format is in a bit of a weird spot right now. Coming up with a new Mario Party game used to be as easy as taking the last game and making the number on the end a little bit bigger. But on the Switch, this trend has died, and because of this, the future of Mario Party is pretty unpredictable. Obviously, Nintendo is not going to discontinue the Mario Party series. It's incredibly popular, and there's a reason they've made so many Mario Party games. So the question isn't if they'll make a new game, rather what the next game will be like. Well, today I'm here to answer that. I've come up with a few ideas for how the next Mario Party could work, and I'm going to be going over them all in this video. But before that, I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about the when, as in when we could actually expect to get a new Mario Party. It might come sooner than you may think. In fact, I believe there's a good chance we get a brand new Mario Party this year, and here's why. One of the biggest reasons I think we could get a new Mario Party game this year is because this is Nintendo's lineup for games later in 2024. The recent release dates we got for both Luigi's Mansion 2 and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door have left the entire second half of the year open. You could say this is clearly pointing to the launch of the Switch 2 this year, but we still know that the Nintendo Switch is going to be supported going into 2025 because of the recent Pokemon Legends announcement. I don't expect a lot from the Switch this year because obviously a new console is on the horizon, but I also find it extremely hard to believe that Nintendo is releasing no big games for the holiday of 2024. I think it makes perfect sense for Nintendo to release a brand new Mario Party this holiday. Think about it, these games sell consistently well despite not really taking that much effort to make. If Nintendo's working on a huge project like a new Mario Kart or 3D Mario, they would definitely want to save it up for next year with the launch of a new console and Mario's 40th anniversary. However, Nintendo can pretty much snap their fingers and create a new Mario Party. There was a point where they were releasing one every year. Now, ever since ND Cube took over Mario Party's developments, we've gotten a new game every 3 years. And wouldn't you know it, the last Mario Party game we got was in 2021. It's Mario Party O'Clock, and it would be very fitting as one of the last Mario titles on Switch. It's the type of game that doesn't make any previous series entries on a console obsolete, like how a Mario Kart 9 would. Just about every Nintendo system since the N64 has had a Mario Party game as one of the last titles on that system. It just makes sense to get a new Mario Party this year, but if I'm being honest, simply getting a new Mario Party isn't enough. Just looking at the games we already have on Switch, it's no secret that Mario Party fell off. Super Mario Party completely missed the mark with its mundane boards, forced motion controls, and failure to incorporate online play early on. Not to mention so many other problems with that game, such as just general lack of in-depth content. That game had so many side modes, and the side modes were all fun, like River Survival was cool, but no mode felt like you could play it for more than a couple of hours. Nothing was fleshed out, nothing was really balanced. Mario Party Superstars was a step in the right direction, but with only 10 characters and 5 boards, all of which were taken from past games, this still feels kind of lazy, and I think Mario Party can be a lot more. Superstar got great reviews, but if you look at the package, does it really deserve those reviews? I mean, the reviews are kind of just praising stuff like the fun minigames and the boards, which are from older games. I don't just want a new Mario Party game. I want a new game that actually delivers and lives up to the legacy that Mario Party once had. There's so many things they could do to improve the series and make it more interesting. However, I've come up with a few new ideas for a game that I think would be a great start. The first Mario Party game that we could get, and what in my opinion seems like the most obvious one, is simply a continuation of the series. We just had Superstars, let's get Superstars 2. This would focus on Mario Parties 4, 5, and 6, instead of the focus of 1, 2, and 3 that the first Superstars had. Superstars was a huge improvement over Super Mario Party because it actually felt like Mario Party. The main problem was that it just simply needed more content. Superstars 2 featuring new games would be awesome. In an ideal world, it launches with 8 boards and 16 characters. Maybe it launches with 1 board from the first 8 Mario Parties, and I don't really care what boards they give us as long as we get Koopa's Tycoon Town because it's objectively the best board in any Mario Party game. As for the characters, bring back some of the obscure ones. Let me play as a Blooper or Koopa Kid. I don't even know what this thing is. I'm pretty sure it was made in the lab. They could also continue where they left off before Mario Party Superstars and make a Mario Party 11, which would basically just be a completely new Mario Party game with new boards, minigames, etc. Just please do not bring back the mini stars and absolutely do not bring back the carts. If they bring back carts, I'm selling my Switch. Say goodbye to the channel, it's gonna be like Fortnite stop now. Seriously though, even if they kept the traditional format, a new Mario Party game would likely need a new gimmick, and I have just the idea that I think would be a blast. It's called Loser Party. This would bring a ton of chaos into the game because everything's basically reversed. Normally, you know how you want to win as much as possible, winning every minigame, collecting the most stars? In this version of Mario Party, just like the 95% of our viewers that aren't subscribed, you want to be a loser. Seriously, hit the subscribe button, it would help us out a lot, and then you won't be a loser. But yeah, Loser Mario Party, you basically just don't want to get stars. Every star, every coin, this hurts you. You would be intentionally losing minigames. Or maybe if you saved up enough coins, you could give a star to your opponent, but obviously you don't want coins, so that's also a bad thing. Risk versus reward. This would be completely fun. It would take not much development time at all. They could just add it as an extra mode, and it would add a lot of replayability. There's so much they could do with this. Whether it's implementing minigames where you have to throw coins into a pit, I just think this would be hilarious. Now, the next idea I have for a new Mario Party game is some kind of mass multiplayer experience. Mario Party has always been a 4-player game, but what if we took the concept and made it 8 players, or better yet, an almost unlimited amount of players? Well, I think all of this could be done through utilizing the phone, just like the Jackbox series. Like in Jackbox, you could enter a code to join the game through your smartphone, either through an app or web browser, and that way a ton of people could play at once. In fact, Nintendo has done this before with Everybody Want to Switch, and even though no one cares about that game, clearly Nintendo at least has the technology to make Mario Party a game you can connect to on your smartphone. The biggest thing probably keeping them from doing this is that Everybody Want to Switch didn't sell all that well, but that had more to do with that game being terribly marketed, just getting randomly announced, being a sequel to a game people hated, and just being way overpriced. I don't think the idea, like the actual concept of using a game that can support many different players because of smartphone usage, it works. We've seen this in the Jackbox series. If Nintendo were to make an Everybody Mario Party and actually have it feel like a Mario Party experience, people would want to play it because it has brand recognition, unlike 1-2 Switch. As far as how this game could feel like a Mario Party game, you'd have to consider both the limitations of a mobile device and what people expect from a mobile game. If they were to let us play on actual Mario Party boards, while also having a lot of people play at the same time, turns would essentially have to be non-existent. No one's gonna wait for 20 other people to roll a dice before they can move their character. They would have to switch it up enough to a point where maybe every round has 30 seconds to move. You can roll your dice, buy an item, do whatever you have to do, move around on the board, and then it's a minigame. Moving in real time but having everyone connect back together for a minigame would be fun. I think it could be awesome. You could see what place you're in, your stars, coins, position on the map, items, all of that on the phone, and then on the TV you could see a scaled out map that displays maybe the top 5 players and their stats and positions on the map. Could be pretty fun. When it comes to minigames, I think a lot of Mario Party's minigames could already work on phones. Tasks like, I don't know, counting the amount of toads you see, tracing shapes, guessing the right wire to cut. Just a few examples of already existing minigames that really don't need to be changed at all to work on phone. Also, if this was like an actual, concept Nintendo was doing, they would develop the minigames with being able to be played on a mobile phone in mind. And I have no worry about Nintendo doing this. A lot of people forget, like, Nintendo has worked with touchscreens many times in the past. Like, they're not gonna mess it up. I mean, they make obviously mobile apps, but most of the DS and Wii U games have touchscreen applications, and pretty much all of them are, pretty good. Like the minigames in either Nintendo Land or Game & Wario on the Wii U, those use the touchscreen in really interesting ways. There are a lot of cool ideas Nintendo could do with Everybody Mario Party. It's definitely not a game we need to get, but I think it would be super sick to see a Mario Party that kind of uses a multiplayer widespread mode where people connect in on their phones. I think that would be sick. Anyway, those are a few examples of what the next Mario Party game could look like. Like I said, I think we have a good shot of getting a new entry this year, but let me know down in the comments below if you think we'll even get a new game this year. Which one of these ideas would you like to see most? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'm Thomas from The Switch Stop signing off. Peace.